Hello, I'm back. After much stewing, I decided I'm gonna do this the way I wanted. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish up the role quests that I haven't finished for both Endwalker and Shadowbringers. So we're gonna start out with Shadowbringers. Especially since it'll give me XP. So, here we go. Shadow Walk with me. Glennard is overjoyed to welcome the conquering hero's return. And this will be the role quest for Shadowbringers. Well, if it isn't the great hunter himself, 'tis I. Also, I updated my graphics to high, so we'll see how this runs. As if you don't know, all 4 of the cardinal virtues laid low, all with your help. You're the talk of the stairs, Dimma. When the night returned to Lakeland, we knew in our hearts that change was on the horizon, but never did I dare hope that you might rid us of those terrible fiends. You've surpassed my wildest expectations. Oh, please, stop. I mean, continue. Not mine, Glennard. When I first laid eyes on him, I had an inkling that he was the hero we'd been waiting to come along. Ha! Easy to claim after the fact. If you'd indulge me, though, I would love to hear how it all played out. The hunting of the virtues, that is. How did it all play out? Do tell. My word, there's so much more to it than I realized. And here I thought you'd only had to track down the bloody things. Gods. Though the things you learned about the Warriors of Light, so many secrets and details lost over time. And for all their hard work and sacrifice, they somehow brought about the flood? Can't say I understand it all, but it's a bloody tragedy it is. We should gather the others and toast their memories, heroes of Eld, brave and true, to be remembered forevermore. Now, I'll thank you not to let your bleeding heart drive you to offer up a fortnight's stock of spirits. Attend to your other customers, and let me speak with the hero here and now. Whatever would I do without your good sense and wisdom? Very well, I'll leave you to entertain him, and don't think we won't be having that drink someday. He's always gonna chase the drink. Dimma, I must thank you for sharing with us such incredible tales. 'Tis only right that I repay you in kind. No? With the ending, that is. The story of the true villain who towers above the virtues. The devil more deserving of death than any that yet lingers in this world. Wait a minute. If your curiosity has been piqued, then meet me atop the balcony overlooking the crystalline mean. I will be waiting there until you do. You know how I mentioned that Elizin, the lady that keeps popping up in all of them? Is that her? Has it been her the whole time? Whoa, what was my camera doing right there? Yeah, the crystalline mean. I am suspicious now. Sus. Ooh, what are you? What is this quest? Oh, it's land in hand quest. Wait, you're up! Oh, the heck! I love that. You gotta pay attention to the little arrows, otherwise you get lost. Alright, let's see. Where she be? Hopefully this is short and then we can just power through the Endwalker ones. Hello, suspicious Elizin. You came as I knew you would. Never met a mystery you could leave well enough alone, or a demon that you could let live, am I right? And this demon, it is undeniably deserving of death. Make no mistake, to cut them down would be just and proper. The act of a goodly person, and that is just what you are. I can see that. No need to grow impatient or be offended, my friend. But before you pass judgment on this villain, you need first understand their part in everything. Who they were to the fallen warriors of light, for instance. Of course, right about now you must be wondering how I know what I know. What a tavern wench of all people has got to do with any of this. Let me tell you then. I am the one who brought together the Virtue Hunters. I am the one who marked you as a potential ally to them and bade you join them in their quests. I alone knew what had to be done and what sort of sinner would be needed to see this tale of tragedy and betrayal brought to an end. But come, we have many malms ahead of us still. To Calusia and the Codger's Crook, I will go on ahead and wait for you there. It was her. It was her. She's the Elizin who kept popping up in all of their quests. At least I remember to. I didn't really 100% clock her until the last two, but I'm fairly positive this is her. I will bet you that's what's gonna happen. Because she screwed everything up. Every time they were getting to, like, where they needed to go, what they needed to do, she messed with them. But why would they keep hiring her? You are accustomed to life on the road, I see, as am I. Do you recognize this place? I thought you might. Here is where it began, where Ardbert first met Lamete. Still young and lacking in experience, but possessed of so much potential. Heroes in the making. Even then, the keen-eyed could see. They would only fulfill that promise much later, though, after joining with their other dear companions, Brandon and Renderay. Yep. And the other, an elven woman, not half bad with the sword. Ah, but perhaps you are already asking the question, who? There were 5 warriors of light in all, but she would make 6. Indeed, after adding in Nilebert, there does seem to be one too many. But believe me when I say there was indeed a 6th adventurer lost to history. And her name was Silva. Though I doubt I need convince you of this truth. When you walked in the Virtue's memories, you saw her time and time again, did you not? Then you saw the true villain, the traitor responsible for all their woes. Let us continue the story elsewhere, to Amarang and the fields of Amber. It's her. It is 100% her. 110%. Oh, dang it. I don't like this one. Like, I like it, but the, propellers make my eyes freak out. Hello. You saw the true villain's face in their memories, and I told you her name in Calusia. But what were her crimes, you ask? Hearken to my tale and you will learn. Silva had joined the others before they first met Nilebert. After their party of 5 came to this place, they took on a commission to slay a powerful beast that had taken up residence in the mines. Said beast was believed to be the instigator of ever more terrible tremors, and so time was of the essence. But during their hurried search, they crossed paths with their future companion, then a competitor aiming to usurp their prize. After another tremor triggered by the beast trapped them all underground, they had no choice but to work together to lay it low. But to their dismay, even after its death, the earth continued to shudder violently. As the adventurers looked to each other in confusion, Nalbert strode towards the beast's body and grabbed hold of a curious stone. Stone brimming with untold aether that he sought out, that he might harness its potential to rescue a loved one lost in the rift. But so powerful was the stone that it warped the flow of the life stream. Its very existence was a threat, and so, when faced with the choice between one life and countless others, Nilebert wept and shattered the stone. He had held his comrade's salvation in his hands and cast it aside for the greater good. For his sacrifice, he was judged a hero, and in that instant, a warrior of light was born. In life, Nilebert was a pragmatic figure, whose wisdom and sagacity were admired by all. Little wonder that in death he would retain his virtue. Don't smirk like that. But as Nilebert mourned the friend he forever lost, the betrayer Silva looked on in silent contentment. For they had taken the first step on their path towards becoming heroes, brave and true. His sacrifice had sparked the transformation. 'Twas fuel for the ritual to come. What ritual, you may wonder? Fear not. All will become clear in time. Are you an Asian? Come with me to Raktika, to the Satia swamps. We must retrace the steps as they were taken to understand the depth of her treachery. This really sounds like she might be an Asian. You definitely got the evil smirka one. Look at the textures. They're so pretty. I'm getting lost. How do I get out? Let me out! Ah! This is a fitting mount to have here. Oh right, they added the wobbly thing. Wobble, 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 wobble. Look at the textures on this. It's beautiful. This game is so pretty now. So much detail. But it still has the art style. And I love that. Look at the grass and the ground. Look at what they've done. And the bushes move when you run through them. The flowers? They do! Oh, I love it. Why is the grass not grassing? Oh well. This place is too familiar to you, no? This place, too, is familiar to you, no? From days recent and long since past. After the events in Almarang, Ardbert and his comrades grew in fame, spurring others to entreat their aid. The adventurers sought out greater and greater challenges, and in pursuit of another, they came to Raktika. While here, the hunter Rendere learned that the notorious mark, Balam Queets, was near. And so, under cover of darkness, she slipped away from the others to slay the beast by herself. Like Nilebert before, of course, you already know what her motive was. Balam Queets had robbed her of her fellow hunters. Only vengeance would redress the balance. Moreover, She would not dare risk the lives of her new comrades, so terrified was she of the mere possibility that she might have to relive that terrible day. And so she faced Balam Keats alone, and would have surely died for it, had Ardbert and the others not arrived in time to help. Like Nilebert before, of course, you already know what happened next. For her love, her conviction, and her resolve, she was chosen by Hydaelyn. And from that day forward, Brenda Ray swore never again to betray her comrades' trust, to share with them the triumphs and the tragedies, to relinquish the freedom that she had once held in the highest. The bravest, most courageous hunter that ever was. That moment would define what she became in life and in death. Her sacrifice would hasten the transformation, 'twas fuel for the ritual to come. The betrayer Silva looked on, yet more satisfied. They were oblivious to her machinations, unaware that they were dancing to her tune. Their journeys continued, and so must ours, to Ilmeg and Liagi. We're going to the Flowerlands. We're going to the Flowerlands! Going to the flowers. Gonna dance within them. We'll go to Wolkadolf. Wolked. I'm not gonna try it. We're done trying to pronounce it. I did not get Lahid. What? Oh, it's Metroid time. Pretty. It's fitting to be doing this during the nighttime. It is Shadowbringers after all. As beautiful now as it was then. You saw it too, would you not agree? With the death of Balam Keats, the legend of Ardbert and his comrades had grown larger than ever. Thus emboldened, they came to the kingdom of Vobert. Vobert had long been troubled by what some had dubbed a magical plague. Innocents found transformed into misshapen fiends that the kingdom's knights had no choice but to put down ere the contagion spread. Sorry, apparently I need water. I got a cough coming still. Huh. Sorry. I got the sneezes. The sneezels. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Oh. Alright. Anyway, carrying on, Brandon had been one such knight. In his youth, he had served the Princess Saldia faithfully, only to be cast out for a single mistake. Thus did he take to the road where he met Ardbert and the others. Having grown stronger and wiser and more respected, Brandon felt it was time to return and redeem himself, and with the aid of his comrades, he did just that. Tadric, the court mage, was unmasked as the mastermind of Vobert's misery, and by disgraced knight's blade was he brought to justice. But with his dying breath, Tadric cursed the Princess Saldia, sentencing her to a fate worse than death. At her behest did he raise up his blade, and for the sake of the kingdom, strike down his liege lady. With that single stroke, he forever changed, though nearly not in the way that was necessary. He stood at the precipice and almost forsook his compassion for unflinching judgment, but mercifully turned aside at the last. Thus did he find and embrace true justice, that which weighs law and heart together and strives for the greater good. 'Tis a long, difficult road from which many stray, settling for simpler moralities. But I would expect no less of the man who became Dicaiosine. His sacrifice would strengthen the transformation. 'Twas fuel for the ritual to come. As her companions grew ever more powerful, so too did the betrayer Silva. Bit by bit, they brought her closer to her goal. But it was not yet finished. To Calusia they returned, and so must we. Tomra and the next chapter of our tale await. I think that was all of them. So, what's this last one? Because we did the healer, did the tank, did the DPS. Was it the melee DPS one? Is that the one we're missing? Slowly but surely, the adventurers were fulfilling their potential. Word of their deeds in Vobert spread like wildfire, and their legend grew ever larger. But for all their success, the fledgling heroes would be forced to endure more hardship and welcome more sacrifice. They pressed deeper into the depths of Raktika, towards ancient Ronka. 'Twas there that the dwarf Lamit came to a crossroads, for in claiming the magic she desperately desired, she would be forced to renounce something equally precious. Dwarves are a reclusive lot, want to withdraw from the outside world that their many traditions might be preserved in isolation. When the stone blight began to spread, they chose to lock away the afflicted and refused to seek outside help. But Lamit would not abide this. She vowed to save her ailing kin, her sister among them, even if it meant violating dwarven law. With her newfound power, she returned and cured the sick, and for this she was banished by the Council of Elders. This came as no surprise, for she had made her peace with it long before, when she stood in that ancient ruin and called upon forgotten guardians to grant her forbidden knowledge. She knew then what the price would be. She had weighed her traditions and identity against the lives of those she loved and made her choice, though it pained her terribly in ways only a dwarf could understand, and Heidelin, it would seem. Through hardship and sacrifice was a new warrior of light forged, a healer that knew more than any the value of a life, and would do anything to see it preserved, even in death. Her sacrifice would nearly complete the transformation. 'Twas fuel for the ritual to come. Very soon, then. Very soon. Okay. For Ardbert and his comrades had stumbled upon evidence of the larger design, threads linking together the disparate troubles of the realm. A name spoken only in whispers, the Shadowkeeper, a singular force sowing chaos and discord throughout Norvrant to an unknown end. If the Warriors of Light truly wished to save their world, then they would need to confront this villain amongst villains. And, at the end of their exhaustive search, at the end of their struggle, who do you think they found waiting to welcome them with open arms? Was it Silva? The answer to that awaits us in Lakewood, our final destination. The villain yet walks among us, Dimas, unknown and unpunished. Go on ahead and wait for me at Laxon Loft. There are preparations to which I must first attend. Okay. You are incredibly suspicious, I'll have you know. If you are not the villain, I'm going to be shocked. Too fort job. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that's her. She's the one. She did the thing. She caused the problems. She caused all of this. I got all mixed up too. I thought she said like, oh, this is where Lemmy and Ardbert met, and I assumed that was the mention of the healer one. I didn't realize they hadn't gone over it yet. Alright, Laxenloft. My jaw is popping. Up, 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 up the stairs we go. And then destination. Hi, Dust Bunny. Yeah. Here it is. Damn you, Silva. We were comrades in arms. Friends. That we were and that we are. Everything I said, everything I felt, it was all true. You mean the world to me. You're the bloody Shadow Keeper. What in the hells was this for? For you. For every one of you, to forge you into heroes worthy of her blessing, that she might choose you as her champions. A ruthless mage consumed by the pursuit of power to save his friend no matter the cost, by his sacrifice a warrior born. A mournful hunter scarred by tragedy resolved never again to trust in others, by her sacrifice a warrior born. A disgraced knight who yearned to steal his heart in justice's name, by his sacrifice a warrior born. A troubled healer torn between tradition and love, by her sacrifice a warrior born. And their leader, an adventurer with a heart overflowing with love for his dearest comrades, who must now bring his axe to bear against his own. By his sacrifice, a warrior born. I am the villain you seek, the keeper of shadows from a world shrouded in dark. By our struggle will this world be shattered and its souls saved. Silva! Oh no. Oh. Saw it all, did you? I thought you might. Mother's gift has a knack for showing us exactly what we need to see, not what we want to or when. They knew me as Silva, but my real name, it doesn't matter. Like you, I am not of this world. I crossed the rift and came to the first. My home, the 13th, fell to a dark in a calamity that mirrored the one which nearly claimed this world. I was one of several heroes who failed to save it. What? The boy, Nukalhai, I have glimpsed him in your memories. He was a friend. Like him, I heeded the words of the Ascians, and, that I might redress the balance, I chose to come here and hasten a rejoining of worlds. A shard subsumed by darkness demands a mirror of blinding light. Primordial forces will strive to achieve equilibrium. But there was a solution, a single solution, I believed. Were a flood of light to consume this shard in its entirety, it would be of no use. The Ascians made it clear it must be brought to the brink, but no further. The task was difficult, but the plan simple. Souls predisposed to light, fledgling heroes in the making. I would bring together Ardbert and his comrades and groom them for a higher purpose. I would play the part of comrade and guide their course, all while laboring in secret to pit stronger and stronger enemies against them until finally, once they were warriors of light, brave and true, I would reveal myself as a warrior of darkness and extinguish their radiance forever. Thus would this world be primed for a rejoining, and the source for a calamity. The Ascians who called themselves Mitron and Logrif were confident it would succeed. And indeed, Ardbert and the others rose to the occasion, as I knew they would. It was not to be. I had misjudged Ardbert. His comrades before him had made their sacrifices in turn, and as their mirror, I had grown stronger for it. Had he but embraced his role and struck me down, victory would have been mine. But Ardbert, dear Ardbert, would not forsake his heart. In the end, he chose mercy, he chose love, and I was undone. The rest you know. He sought out Mitron and Logrif and granted them what he refused me. They accomplished everything they set out to achieve. And then the flood came and washed it away. In the wake of my betrayal, I would look on from the shadows and reflect on my many sins as all fell to ruin. Denied death, then and now, and perhaps ever after, as a fragment of my essence endures. But then, one day years ago, my fallen comrades rose again as the cardinal virtues. It coincided with the arrival of the first scions, I later realized, a defense against the forces being marshaled to undo my failure. I can but assume the Ascians planted the idea in Valthry's head. They were his creations, after all, and with their graves in Yulmoran territory, it was doubtless a simple matter to have their bodies exhumed and prepared. Who am I to speak? You may think when I say this, but when I saw these abominations he had wrought in their image, I was filled with such despair, such anger. I cannot unwrite the past. My soul is stained with blackest sin, and I will not pretend that it can ever be otherwise. But this act, this I could not ignore. If the Ascians were going to such lengths, then surely others would cross the rift in due time. And so I hatched a plan. I would assume the guise of Ciela, and as her take up residence in the Crystarium, where I would take measures to bring together the most ambitious of adventurers, individuals driven by more than mere coin, virtue hunters. That way, when the enemy the Ascians feared more than any came to the first, the stage would be set. They would join in the hunter's quest, and together unmake Valttry's simulacra, and lay their souls to rest once more. And so you did, Dimma. The virtues are no more. But the one ultimately responsible for their creation, the devil who set them on their doomed path, lingers still. You know all there is to know of the heroes who saved this world. The truth I kept hidden in the shadows is yours, and there are no more secrets to share. And so I ask you now to grant me that which Ardbert could not. Death. Still have a duty to others. No, don't do this. Don't spare me like he did. How can you stand there and say I deserve to live, knowing everything I did, the lies I destroyed, the chaos I wrought? The Warden's pale in comparison. Surely there is no greater villain than the Shadowkeeper. Which is why you must live to atone for your deeds. Death is no comfort to the living. Would be for my own benefit, aye, that I cannot deny. And if I'm meant to indulge in one final act of selfishness, you'll make me do it myself, won't you? Make me confront the cowardice of it, the ugly truth that I'd rather run away than try to seek atonement. Perhaps I may yet find purpose in preserving my comrades' legacy, in helping others to understand the sacrifices that made them true heroes. For now, I shall return to the Crystarium and continue to assist Glenard, while spreading the forgotten tales of the Warrior of Light. We would have been good friends. You would have been good friends, you and Ardbert, in another life. Maybe you and I as well. Wait. Is Sayala? I'm wondering about something Endwalker related. Well, that was a lot more plotful than I thought it would be. I tell you, I'm not at all accustomed to wearing armor any longer. Simply moving about in it is enough to tax my strength. And fighting? Ugh. Any one of Captain Lena's recruits could probably put me flat on my back. Fortunately, I needn't rely on my sword to spread the truth of my fallen comrades' deeds. Only words and the passage of time will see their legacy redeemed in the eyes of the people. Thank you for accompanying me on my journey of remembrance, Dimma. May your deeds ever be remembered and celebrated, as all heroes deserve. I need to eat egg first. I did it! Tales to be told! Shadow up. Living memory. Oh, that's cool. Oh! Looks like there's another one. Safekeeping. Sayala appears surprised and not displeased to see you. I did not realize there were two. If it isn't Dimma, loitering about the stairs just like any old day. And here I was worried you'd gone back to your world for good, and I was too late. It's just that I've been thinking about the crystals belonging to the Warriors of Light. I hear they ended up with you after you lot defeated the Virtues. I assume you have Ardbert's as well? And Ardbert is in me, you see. He is me. Indeed. That does seem appropriate. His bond with Seto is deep and enduring. Oh, right, I gave it to Seto. I'm a dumbass. As for the others, I had hoped you might be persuaded to leave them in my care. It was only right that they, like Ardbert, should accompany you on your journey to set this world back on its proper course. Yet, you now have a home you must return to, while the first is theirs. After all they did to keep it safe, they deserve to be here to see what its future holds. Pretty good point, honestly. Oh, don't make that face. I know it's a big decision, but it needn't fall entirely to you. There are others here who care for the Warriors of Light as much as you do, aren't there? What? Oh. Yeah. Oh. Wait, I can do this properly. There we go. Method acting. Now that's some damn fine ale. How many should I order for you? I know you ain't much of a drinker, so 6, 7? What? You want help deciding the fate of Lamit's crystal? And the others too? Does this place have any bigger tankards? Well, if you insist. Lurik owes me drinks, plural, so I'll make sure he joins us. Maybe find Granson while I'm at it. You go on and wait with Sereg and Taynor. Order around while I'm out, you hear? Oh, okay. Ooh. Hang on, I want to look at this bun. I like the hair color. The little crown! Oh, look at that. That's an adorable character. I don't know who you are, but I love your little, Snow White bunny. Because it definitely has Snow White vibes. Goodbye, little bun. Taynor and Sereg. Oh yeah! Hi, guys! Taynor, how are you? Giot seems excited. Should I be concerned? Probably, let's be honest. Sereg! Good to see you, Dima. What did you say that has Giot so worked up? Crystals. The crystals, eh? That does sound like a conversation worth getting everyone together for. Did Leerook really promise to pay for Giot's drinks? That's a disaster in the making. Not just hers. Rounds for the lot of us. Might be that the lad has a few things to learn about coin and the scarcity thereof. Still, I'll not turn down his generosity. Go and tell the barkeep we'll be needing food and ale for the table. Fine, but please try to exercise some restraint. I'll not carry you back to the room again. Amazing. It's them. Here we are. How much of a head start did you get? Should I ask him to bring out the cask? I reckon we should hear Dima out first. Look at everyone in the updated graphics. I love it so much. So pretty. So you're telling me that the barmaid was one of Nilebert's companions, not to mention the Shadow Keeper, and from a different world. That's laying it on a bit thick. It certainly raises questions. Quite. Such as how she retains her youthful visage. Not that. I had my suspicions about her. The other night I was at the counter, quaffing my ale, having a grand time. And next I realize I'm outside without a guild to my name. And it ain't the first time! I think that's just you getting drunk and spending all your money on ale. It could only be the power of the Shadow Keeper. And not that you drink enough to fell a small army. If Dima says it's true, I'm inclined to believe it. Which leaves us with the matter of entrusting the crystals to her. She's right that this was Brandon's home, and the others' is too. And it's home to their most important memories. Not all of them good, maybe, but everyone they loved is laid to rest here. I agree. Nilebert belongs here. Ardbert's crystal is with Seto in this world. Lamit would want to be near. Rendere as well, I think. She'd want to be with her friends in the place that she loved. Fitting. It seems we all agree. A toast, then, to the Warriors of Light. Oh dear. Oh dear. To the Warriors of Light! Drink up. I'm Pain, and as bounty hunters, I expect you all to take proper advantage of that. Okay, I'm gonna see... What is the button? To auto-advance text. I don't know. I hate to disappoint, but I'm not much for alcohol. This juice looks nice, though. Oh, that's alcohol. Ah, that's not... Oh, grandson. Oh, dear. Poor Taynor. Is he alright? Well, at least he's alive. How did you manage this? Twice the mess and half the time as normal patrons, I swear. It is just because I am dim. The gremlin of light. I overheard your conversation, by the way. Do you agree with your friends? These crystals are yours, Storykeeper. Their legacies are safe with me. You have my word. So that's what happened to the crystals. Thank you. I can feel them. Their memories. Why, Dan? You're all just like Ardbert. I betrayed you, I manipulated you, and still... You thought of me as a comrade, a friend, until the very end. We've managed to clean up after you lot for the most part. Perhaps next time we should set down a tarpaulin. Nevertheless, I'm grateful to you for entrusting these to me. And as long as I live, I will never stop sharing the true tale of the Warriors of Light. Of my friends. Game Plus has been added. I don't know what that is, but I will leave that for another time. For now, it's time for me to swap to another thing. So, as there's only one of you here, I shall be rebooting once I figure out. I gotta play with the settings real quick and try to finagle something. But I shall meet you in a short few minutes in Endwalker to finish those quests. I'll see you shortly.